Okay, guys, well, we got some more breaking news to report on. Breaking news just pouring in for the Dallas Mavericks. Good news? Absolutely not. Horrible news all the time? Yes. Rick Carlisle, it has been announced that Rick Carlisle will be the new head coach of the Indiana Pacers. This will obviously be his second stint there. He spent time there during the early and mid 2000s. So congratulations to Rick Carlisle. Let's go to the Twitter sphere and see what we got going on here. Congratulations, Jesus, can I not speak? To Rick Carlisle. 4-year, $29 million contract. I don't know where that ranks in terms of coaching pay. It seems like a lot to me, but congratulations to him. Of course, as I just mentioned, he was there from 2003 to 2007, winning 181 games. That is a 552 winning percentage, fifth best in franchise history. Again, we know Rick Carlisle. We know who he is. He's a very, very good coach, top 5 head coach. Some would argue top 3 head coach. And as far as X's and O's and as far as, in-game adjustments and game-to-game adjustments goes, he's one of the best, period. He's proven that. He's a championship-winning head coach. There's only a few of those in the history of the NBA. So, we know Rick Carlisle's pedigree, right? Now, this is the thing right here. This tweet right here from Meta World Peace. This was tweeted all the way back in 2020. All the way back. It was only really a few months ago. But this perfectly describes Rick Carlisle and his relationship with players, right? Just listen to this guy and you'll have a killer career. I hate all the play calling, but I was the most successful under this guy. My mind was totally not in it, though. Under coach, I was 3rd team All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, number 1 team in the league, and an All-Star. So this kind of speaks to what we know Rick's relationships with players is a lot of the time where, if you listen to him, you're going to do well because he knows his shit. He knows what he's talking about, but he can be a bit of a hard ass. He can be a stickler, and that does not resonate well with some players. I mean, we've seen it completely lead to total burnouts where players are benched and then traded the next offseason. Rajon Rondo. This kind of perfectly encapsulates who Rick Carlisle is as a head coach. You see right here the timeline here from Rick going from Nets assistant, Blazers assistant, Pacers assistant. I think this is under Larry Bird. Pistons head coach for a couple of years, Pacers head coach, then Mavs head coach, and of course, this is where we are now. So again, I just, congratulations to Rick Carlisle. He was here for 13 years. He won a championship with this team, so I'm happy for him. If you guys have been following this channel, you know that I did kind of think it was time to move on. It was time to go our separate directions. That's not to say that I hated Rick. I thought he was a bad coach. I thought he was very much overhated by Mavericks fans, but I did see, that it might have been time to move on, and you knew that he was going to get a job, right? You knew that he was going to get a job. He's too good of a head coach to be sitting on the curb while some of these other guys are interviewing for jobs and getting jobs. So here's this tweet right here. The Pacers will make the Eastern Conference Finals before the Mavericks make the Western Conference Finals. The Hawks are in the Eastern Conference Finals, so that doesn't really mean much to me. Where I want to discuss something here. You see my man Bibbs said it perfectly. Cuban decided not to get a draft pick from this. Cuban let him walk. Remember, Rick quit. Rick essentially quit with 2 years left on his deal. The Mavericks could have very easily demanded some type of draft capital in return for Rick Carlisle. Now, you can't trade coach or players. I saw some people say that. What about Sabonis? You can't trade players for head coaches. That was something that the Celtics and the Clippers tried to do. It got vetoed by the league. But you can trade coaches for head picks. Or you can trade head coaches for picks. It's not all that common, but it's not necessarily uncommon, right? We saw, again, Doc Rivers got traded by the Celtics to the Clippers for a first-round pick, and Jason Kidd got traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Milwaukee Bucks for 2 second-round picks. So it's not completely uncommon, right? It does happen. This should leave Mavericks fans confused. Why did we not get some type of draft capital in return for this? Why? And it all goes back to where I've been at with this fucking guy, Mark Cuban, for years now. Is this guy serious about winning? That's what I have to ask. Is this guy legitimately serious about winning basketball? Is he? You could have fooled me. Why are we not getting a pick in return for this? Even a second-round pick. Why are we not? This is what should be a contending team, a team that is competing for a championship. You have 0 trade assets. None. 0 to speak of whatsoever. 0. This upcoming draft, you have 0 draft picks. You traded your first-round pick for Kristaps Porzingis. You traded your second-round draft pick for J.J. Redick and Nikola Melli, 2 guys who didn't do shit for the team. Why are we not looking to gather as much assets as possible so we can either build our team that way or use those assets later on in trades. A second round pick, I get it. Second round pick's not very valuable, but it's at least something. This team has nothing. Nothing. But Cuban wants to keep up this shtick of loyalty. We're the most loyal fucking team. We're so loyal. Who cares? This isn't a Boy Scout troop. Who cares? Loyalty in the workplace is dead. And especially in the NBA. This is the most unloyal sports league. I can't say in the world because I don't follow soccer. But this is the most unloyal sports league in America, and that's saying a lot. Why do we... This is a franchise that is built on loyalty in a league that is unloyal to the core. Why are we doing this? Why? What? Rick quit. Do you understand that? Rick quit. I get that, you know, it was worded in a way where Rick stepped down. You know, we all came together and hugged and kissed. And, you know, good luck, Rick. Rick quit. My theory, I think my theory holds true now that I thought Rick... I didn't think it was necessarily an ugly split. I just thought Rick felt his seat warming up. Donnie got the boot. Rick kind of saw the writing on the wall and said, yo, there's all these head coach openings. You know, I'm going to put matters in my own hand, leave now, and go to a new place. That way I'm not fired in the middle of next season. I'm sitting on the curb. And with how quick this turnaround was from Rick stepping down to becoming the head coach of the Indiana Pacers, we saw that. I think that holds true, right? But goddamn, to not even get a pick is frustrating. It's infuriating. Right? And again, I think this whole loyalty thing, look how good we are to our guys. This is all a fucking charade. Where was that in 2011 offseason? You just won a championship, and instead of running it back, you decide to blow everything up in an effort to go out and get Darren Williams and Dwight Howard and Carmelo Anthony, and you fail in embarrassing fashion. And instead you bring in Chris Kaman and Darren Collison, and your team's a joke. Or how about that loyalty whenever you traded Harrison Barnes in the middle of the game and he was sitting on the bench and the camera was zooming in on him, and it was one of the most embarrassing moments in recent NBA history? Where was the loyalty then? This is all fucking charade. It's all a charade. I do not care about loyalty. It is the most overrated shit in the NBA. Kobe Bryant was loyal to the Lakers his whole entire career. After he retired, the Lakers saw an opportunity to win a championship by trading for Anthony Davis, and what do? They traded their whole fucking team. All of them. Every single one of them. Loyalty is not a thing. The Clippers built their young core, and they saw an opportunity to win by going and getting Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, and what do? They traded all of them. Who's even left? This whole notion of loyalty is the Mavericks have. You know, Dwight Powell is, oh, we love Dwight Powell. We're never going to lose. We're never going to get rid of Dwight Powell because he's so important to this team. Shit is sickening. Donnie Nelson was the longest tenured GM. Hadn't won a playoff series in a decade. Rick Carlisle was what, the third longest tenured head coach? Hadn't won a playoff series in a decade. This loyalty is dumb. And then, of course, you had Rick taking pot shots. And these are shots, 100%. With how calculated Rick Carlisle is, with what he says in the media, this is 100% a shot right here. It's hard to put an exact finger on it. It's just a feeling that I had that it would be mutually beneficial. My hope is that Jason Kidd will be the next coach of the Mavs because he and Luka have so many things in common as players. Now you might think, okay, that kind of makes some sense, right? Jason Kidd was a bigger point guard. He was a triple-double wizard, especially, you know, in relation to his era. But this is a shot, 100%, because Jason Kidd and Rick Carlisle, they might be friends now, mainly due to the fact that Rick Carlisle is the president of the coaching association and Jason Kidd was a head coach. But these two did not get along whenever Jason Kidd was a player for the Dallas Mavericks and Rick Carlisle was the coach. The conflict started early. Friction between Kidd and Carlisle never made SportsCenter, but it was obvious to everyone in the organization, so on and so forth. So, yeah, this is a shot. I think make no mistake about it. Rick is taking a shot at Luka here. This, of course, coming after, you know, whenever he announced he was stepping down, he released that statement. He thanked all these different players, but he never once thanked Luka. I think there's something to that, right? I think that Rick has always butted heads, especially with like primary ball handlers, and especially primary ball handlers who kind of like freelancing a little bit and do their own thing. Rick and those guys butt heads a pretty good amount. So this doesn't surprise me all that much. Now, I will say this. Jason Kidd being the next head coach of the Mavericks would be a fucking disaster. It would be a nightmare. It would be a complete and total nightmare. I think the idea of it is cool, right? If Jason Kidd had not been the head coach of a team before, I think the idea of it would be kind of cool. He's kind of respected around the league. You saw Damian Lillard wanted Jason Kidd, but you know, he was a player. He knows his shit, but he failed disastrously in Brooklyn and then disastrously in Milwaukee. So no thanks, no thank you. I'm cool. But of course, right, Mavericks remain focused for now on their front office search, but Jason Kidd will be a prime candidate for their coaching search. Now, this doesn't mean much. This can mean anything. But yeah, if it's Jason Kidd, I am going to jump off of the roof. I'm going to do it. I really will. Another thing, too, is the Mavericks need to pick up this search. Like, they need to get it going. I haven't even heard any candidates, so I don't know where we are in this process, but it needs to get going. It needs to get going. We're seeing a lot of teams are starting to fill their head coaching vacancy, and it would be nice to get your front office assembled before all the really great candidates are gone. I still think it's going to be Jamal Mosley as head coach and Michael Finley as GM. I think both of those guys I don't necessarily have a problem with individually, but those two together, I'm a little bit hesitant of, just because I want at least one outside hire, whether that's for GM, and I would rather it be GM, or whether that's for head coach. I would just like one outside hire. I'm worried that Cuban is going to promote two internal guys, and it's just going to be more of the same. That's what I'm worried about. We know, I've been saying this, but I think Cuban is worse than Jerry Jones. I really do believe that, honestly, because at least with Jerry Jones, you know it. You know what you're getting. Jerry Jones doesn't even try to hide it. He's like, yeah, I make all the fucking decisions, and I'll take credit for all of the decisions. I'll do that. But Cuban tries to hide it. Funny, because this song is Evil Behind the Mask. Cuban tries to hide it. Congratulations to Rick Carlisle, man. I think he deserves it. You know, he's one of the better head coaches in the NBA, and, you know, he had a lot of success for the Dallas Mavericks, so I'll always be fortunate of him. I mean, he won a championship here, right? So I have really no ill feelings towards Rick Carlisle. I know a lot of Mavericks fans do, and that's going to be especially true after this. He quit. He's sitting pot shots. The Mavericks didn't get any draft compensation for him. But I still have no issue with him because he's not the bad guy to me. Donnie Nelson wasn't the bad guy. Was Donnie Nelson a dumbass and incompetent? Yes. Was he the bad guy? No. The bad guy is still there. And he's not going anywhere is the problem. That's all I got. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys want as head coach. I'm very, very much cool with Jamal Mosley. But again, if it is Jamal Mosley, I want a new GM. I want an outside hire at GM. That's what I want. That seems like the best course of action for me. So let me know what you guys think. Also, I did get a copyright strike last night on my stream. Spooky stuff. So make sure you guys are following my Twitch. The link is in the description. The link to my Twitch channel. We're going to start streaming there more. And when the NBA playoffs end, I'm going to be streaming there semi-frequently. And we're going to be doing a lot more interactive things, like having viewers come on and things like that. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys are following my Twitch channel. Again, that link is down in the description below. I am going on vacation tomorrow, so I don't know when the next time you guys will see me stream, but I do plan on streaming on vacation. I do plan on streaming while on vacation. I don't know when yet. It's not like a month-long vacation or anything like that, so I will be back like within a week. But I'll let you guys know, okay? Stay tuned. Follow my Twitter down below for information, things like that. Talk to you guys later. Again, Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Indiana Pacers. Let's see what the Mavericks do. The Mavericks don't get any draft compensation for it. Talk to you guys later.